welcome to our episode of Dungeons and Dragons. Before we jump into tonight's episode, we're going to say thank you, as always, to our sponsor of Tailor Made Craft. As I'm saying this, I've realised I've not grabbed my initiative markers. What a terrible person I truly am.
I can't really do jazz hands because he's down there. Like jazz hands.
Very good.
Initiative markers! Yay! They are a great and invulnerable tool to myself as a DM and to our players to assist them in knowing when they are next up in combat. It's great for beginners like we all are. Get these out and get them ready because obviously I should have done that much sooner.
Unbelievable.
Right, before we start tonight's episode, I wanted to say an apology to you, David, who is a character of Green. In our last adventure, when you were being attacked against a dragon, the rules for the dragon were if you get attacked by as a creature, you should have woken up. So basically, every time the dragon was hitting you, you should have woken up.
Okay.
But for some reason, in my head, I don't count us as creatures.
Yeah.
Because in my head, like, oh, we're just people strutting around. So, but luckily, it didn't influence the game. You didn't die.
Thank God.
It's fine. You know, so that was completely my bad.
Apology not accepted.
Please.
Hey, you're fired. Get out.
I'm just like the shittest DM that there ever could be.
No.
I can't give you any more inspiration. But yeah, so you should have awoken when you were taking damage,
right.
but luckily for us, it didn't overly affect.
It's all new. It's all new.
I'm sure there may have been someone that was watching a video going, "What the fuck?"
What are you
But
doing?
until that, they can just skip forward and be like, "Oh, the DM apologised. That's a sign of a good quality DM." Yes.
Apology accepted.
Boom. Look at that.
And this is where you get abuse.
Oh, do you know what? He always gives me abuse. All I ever do is love him, and he just gives me nothing but abuse.
Right. Too much for that.
So, let's jump into tonight's episode, unless there's anything else anyone wishes to drop in.
No.
No,
Yeah,
we all
we're
good?
ready to die.
We are all ready to succeed. So, on our last adventure, the newly named CB4 was taking part in the battle ring that happens on the Hyde Harvest Tide Festival. You face gnolls, statues of armour that come to life, death dogs, two-headed foul beast creatures, which proved to be a bit of a bugger actually. And the final battle was against a brass wormling dragon. Quite a fearsome looking dragon, kind of very weatherborn. Thankfully you all triumphed. Unfortunately Green came prey to its sleep breath, and unfortunately nearly died, but that technically wouldn't have happened because I messed up. But you all succeeded in defeating the dragon, and you decided to take a gamble and risk your current winnings to be put into tonight's main mega event. Before the main event, you were allowed a few hours to have a bit of time for yourselves, kiss your loved ones goodbye, do a bit of shopping, get some healing going. You did in fact buy yourself a couple of items, a couple of healing potions, and you got a few items appraised. Your spell of bless and your potion of moon juice. Yeah, when you all know exactly what they do, because you have been thoroughly told, but I will happily remind you if I can remember myself.
You do have the piece of paper that was written down for one of them. I know.
Yes. Oh, did you give that back to me?
I didn't do.
You may have that back.
I hope so.
I should hope so.
It's in my inventory. Somewhere.
But it might not be in mine.
I know, she's lost it.
Sure, you say that. Well, we'll just look that up when you need it.
If you need it.
If you need it.
Well, this is a great start.
So, it was blessed. So basically, it means the creatures that are around you of your choice, up to 4, gain an extra 1d4 to their attack rolls and ability checks. And it's a concentration spell. So if you were to be hit while you were performing the spell, you'd have to make a concentration check to ensure that you gain concentration on it. A very useful spell, if I do say so myself.
Lasts about a minute or so, I think.
It lasts a minute.
So that's a lot of rounds.
That is a lot of rounds. Each round is made up of 6 seconds. Let's get these initiative markers up there. Well, let's not, because we're doing new initiative, because we just restarted.
I was just about to ask.
Yeah. Right, so we left off with the 4 of you in the main arena, the crowd screaming and cheering, and you could hear the familiar chains of the platform at the end of the stage slowly reeling up, and the crowd was going absolutely bonkers for it. As it started to rear up, you saw a big bulbous sort of body, and as it starts to come up higher and higher, the first thing you see beyond the bulbous body is this massive tail that's curling around with a giant stinger. As that starts to come up, you see this almost jet black armoured face with multiple eyes and massive pincers at its side. Big grueling fangs that look like it could break steel. It's a giant scorpion.
Oh no.
Nice.
No, I thought it was a giant spider.
Oh, you never know.
Yeah.
Mimic. Can I please get an initiative roll?
No.
Oh, it's
Viella, yours first, please.
Five.
5. Thank you. Baracus.
9.
9.
That's the first time I actually didn't have a high number.
Elora.
13.
I think your last one was 13.
I think so. Yeah.
And Green.
8.
Oh, we rolled bad today.
I was happy I rolled bad for that one.
I think we're in the same order we were last time, though.
I think it's actually a very close order.
Didn't Ryan have 9?
Yeah, I had 9.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
quite a bit.
So I say, I'm not
That's
going
more
first
like
again.
Oh, okay.
Right. Elora, top of the round, you see this big, massive beast, potentially one of the biggest things you've ever stood in front of you, having itself taken up a massive portion of the room. You see its legs creep and click and start snapping its pincers at you. What you do?
Oh, I am going to cast a firebolt. I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to cast a firebolt at it from where I am.
You come in like a firebolt.
Yeah. Seven.
7 misses, I'm afraid.
Oh, damn it, I thought it.
Is there anything else you wish to do?
Yeah, climb the wall.
No.
No? As the fireball hits.
Oh, do I recognise it? I wouldn't have recognised anything about this one, do I?
About that. What?
Like, have I seen any pictures of it or anything like that? Like, do I know what it is, basically? Apart from being a giant scorpion.
Apart from the assumption of it being a giant scorpion.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
As your fire hits it, it just rolls over it, and you see it almost enjoy the warm tingle. The crowd absolutely screams wild as the fire hits it, and as it washes over it, like. They're loving this. Is there anything else you wish to do on your turn?
And
No?
no.
In that case,
Oh no.
it's gonna scour up. It's got 40 feet of movement, so that's 5, 10. And it's just gonna come here. So that's its 4 square. So any 4 of these squares, that's what it is in. And Laura and Green, Viella, sorry, and Green, it is in your personal space.
Lovely.
It looks at you first, Green, and it, with its right pincer, just goes. The pincer is almost the size of your entire torso, so the pressure that it breaks around you goes to snap.
Yeah.
Natural 1.
Oh, hits.
So as it pincers you, but it's almost too excited to attack you, and it just ends up closing its pincers before it gets you. Just hits off you. You're holding your shield, yeah?
Yeah.
So you kind of got your shield there. Hits off the shield. Viella, it sees you for its next attack on its left-hand pincer. This happens like simultaneously. For 21 to hit.
No.
Does it not hit?
21 hits.
As I say,
How's it hit?
Because you've only got 4. No, that's your health.
That's
That's
your health.
16.
Ah,
You're 16,
yes,
so you've
yes.
got your
Sorry. Yeah.
18 says 14 then.
That's right.
If you are wielding your shield,
Yeah.
alright,
So
so
it's
you'll get 16, but it does still hit you.
Yeah.
So that's 6 points of piercing damage, no, bludgeoning damage, sorry, to you. And you are now considered grappled.
So parachute down already.
gonna be claustrophobic.
Right, so you're now firm in its grasp. It's got you there and it's shaking you. While it's shaking you, you're watching her and you don't see the stinger coming in after you. So that's 3 attacks. And that's a 22 to hit.
Yes.
And that is 7 points of piercing damage. And can you please make a DC Constitution saving throw? 11. That fails, I'm afraid. And you take an extra 3 points of poison damage.
Sky, no, if I was poisoned, I would have just been like,
Yeah. Brachus, you're up.
I will. I'm gonna move first.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go there,
Mhm.
and I will attack it with my short bow.
Yeah. Take a shot.
20, not natural.
20 hits. Roll for damage and include your sneak attack bonus.
$12 points.
12 points. Very nice. Good start.
And then I will use my bonus action dash to move back where I was to.
Yeah, good shot.
And that's me.
And that's you. Green.
going reckless.
Going in reckless.
$17.
17 hits.
D18. Seven.
7 points of damage, yeah?
Yeah. Well, it was 18 to hit because I forgot the +1 on the
Yeah,
sword.
that's fine.
Yeah, don't forget
I'm
that.
just going to remember that.
Is there anything
+1.
else you wish to do on your turn?
That will be it.
Yeah, that's fine. Viella, you are currently grappled in the claws of this ginormous scorpion creature. Please make a motherfucking strength saving throw, please.
Excuse me. I'll have to have that
12.
span.
12. Thankfully, with Green hitting it, when it smashed down on its skull, it managed to open its claws just for a split second, and at that you managed to slip your way through. That was your action to escape. However, you do still have a bonus action if you wish to use a bonus action. I think there's anything you can use, but
No, I don't think so.
No? no, that's fine. So, unless there's anything, no?
No.
No? Okay, so we go boom, topple her out. Elora.
Okay, right, I am... going to move 5, 10, 15.
Yeah.
So I'm behind Green. I'm going to reach out and touch him and cast Mage Armor.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to move my 15 back.
So how does your mage armor look when it falls?
It's just kind of like a cascade of slight blue energy, just kind of shimmers around and then kind of fades.
So Green, you're there bracing yourself for your next attack, and as you look down at your shield in one hand and your weapon in the other, and you see this blue shimmer slowly ripple down through your arms, through your fingertips, and bleed into your skin. you now have an extra +2 to your AC.
Nice.
Is it concentration, that spell?
No,
No,
it's
that's
just
fine.
it lasts for an hour.
Yep, that's fine.
So it's-
because I've dropped
Yeah,
to
so it's
16
so it's 13 plus your dex,
Yep.
and then +2 with your thing.
Excellent. Is there anything else you wish to do?
No,
No?
I'm gonna leave that at that.
Great. So the enemy, seeing you both still in front of it, seeing all these people come back and forth, it's almost a little bit confusing to see it looking where it's going. But it's just going to go back at it again. So it's going to go for its right hand claw, so that's back you, Green. That's with advantage. Which is it's as good. So that's a 13, which misses. And then it's going to come back at you, Viola, with its left hand. And that is a 18 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
So 18 hits. And that is 6 points of bludgeoning damage to you again. And you are, once again, grappled in its claws.
It's like you have him like an arm.
While it's grappling her again,
Stinger.
its sting just comes in at you. With... That's still of advantage.
No, I don't know.
Oh, no, nor do I.
I think
'Cause
it's
it's any
only one- I think
Isn't it
it's-
any creature that takes... No, it's only the creature you took it.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm not gonna say...
It doesn't really
Hang on.
say in the rules work.
No, I'm not gonna say it
Yeah.
does, because I think that's a bit...
Because I always
Too
thought
much.
it was like once.
Yeah.
Once.
Yeah, no,
Because
I'm gonna say that.
Use it
That's...
once,
Yeah. So that's 18 to hit.
What was that?
18 to
18.
hit.
Yeah.
It hits.
That is my armour now, isn't it? So
Yeah, so 18 hits. Please make a constitution saving throw.
Oh. 16.
16 is a pass, so you only take 11 points of poison damage.
I am not looking good.
You never did any.
I'm only on 5. So literally I am.
You do have a healing potion.
Yeah, but I'll have to drop everything.
Yes.
So-
Yeah,
I
his
think
hands are
that's the-
full.
I would have to jump on his back like just take it.
So that's the enemy's turn. Snaps at you, manages to scoop up Viola, and then get a stinger right in your neck. Baracus.
Because I have to be beside him to use my potion of healing, wouldn't I?
Pardon?
For my potion of healing to heal Dave, I would have to be beside him.
You'd have to be next to him, and it would take a full action to heal Green. Whereas if you're only healing yourself, it's a bonus action, but to administer will be an action. Technically, it's an action to do it to yourself, but I think that's bollocks. So.
And then he would have to roll dice to gain the health, or it would add on like.
No, you roll your 2d4 plus 4, and you roll that as well, not
Oh,
the
okay,
person
okay.
person who's administering is the one that rolls.
Okay, so I have to be beside him or like behind him or anything.
I'm content you could do it from behind.
Okay, I'll try
It's
that.
kind of like
Yeah,
Just-
so you can't like from behind
just,
sort of
just
thing.
pull his head.
Maybe
Didn't
give
you
him a
like
bit of
going
a
funny there?
bit of a warning. But
Yeah, I'll move,
yeah,
so I'll be right behind him,
yeah,
and then I will use my potion of healing.
yeah, that's fine.
Um,
So roll your 2d4
D4.
plus 4, and that's what you'll gain back.
That's D4, isn't it?
Yeah, the one you don't want to stand on.
Yeah. Well, that one is dead on 4
Great. 4, one more,
and 1.
and 1. So,
And you
Is
so
it
that's plus 2, so
plus
that's
2.
3. So that's 7 points of healing.
7.
I mean, it's not a lot, but it's a
It
difference
puts me to
between.
12. So.
Yeah,
It gives him a bit of stuff.
yeah.
And then that was like literally an action anyway.
That was your action. You still have your bonus
Bonus
action and a
action.
little bit of movement left.
Because I was there, wasn't I?
Yeah.
So I'll move. And then I will use dash
Mhm.
to go
Dave, take it off the table and call the microphone.
there.
Mhm.
And that was me.
Is that you done?
Right.
Green.
Sweet. Going reckless again.
Yeah, go for it, dude.
Right, I need to cross that off, don't I?
So that's 20.
20 hits. I'm assuming not a natural.
No,
That would have been nice.
12.
12 points of damage.
Because literally that was a maximum of 8.
Anything else you wish to do? Any bonus actions you want to take? Are you out of rages?
I'm out of rages.
Ah.
Oh.
So you only get 2, don't you? Is it
3.
Yeah.
But I used them in the last
Yeah.
3 battles, didn't I? So, and we haven't had a long rest, so I don't get them back. So yeah, that's me.
That's you. Viella, please make a strength saving throw to break the grapple.
Like arm wrestling.
Bet he's still healthy as hell as well.
We haven't really done much to him.
12.
Yep, 12.
What? No,
saving
saving
throw.
throw.
Sorry.
So yeah, 12. You're kind of feeling, oh, I'm starting to learn how to get out of this. You manage to break the grapple. It is your action to break the grapple. You still have bonus actions and movement. I mean, if you wanted, you could potentially move away. It would get attack of opportunity on you, but
At least it'll get you away or something. But then again, like, it's whatever.
yeah.
I can't heal you anymore because that was my only potion.
Can I action surge?
What's action surge do?
On your turn, take 1 extra action, and a possible bonus action can only be used once, regain after a short or long-term rest.
Yep.
When I'm looking at this, you said scorpion, didn't you? I keep looking at that. I think it's dragon. Do I see any weak spots? Obviously, I know what scorpion looks like, but we're not in the real world, so.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So, make a perception check, please. Actually, no, make an animal handling.
Is that 20?
Yeah, D20 and add whatever your wisdom animal
It's
handling
minus.
modifier is.
Not an add, a menace. It's even worse. $14?
14. So when you were grasping Albert's claws and you dropped to the ground, you saw that underneath where its head is, just underneath, there seems to be a small spot that appears to be unarmored.
Okay. And I've got my sword in my hand.
Yes.
And how is he standing? Or she? Whatever.
It is standing on its legs.
So I'm looking. I can look up and I can see this spot.
No, you saw the spot when you were on the ground when it dropped you.
So it's kind of like underneath.
Yeah, it's like your scorpions ride very low to the ground, don't they?
So you literally have to be like limboing.
Yeah, you know that you'd have to be under it to get it.
But under it's gonna give me an action, isn't it? That's the only problem if I do.
You could use your movement, couldn't you, to like
You can use
drop to
your
your
movement
knees,
to drop to your knees. But you need to be under it in order to hit the sweet spot.
To caress it.
So there's enough space for me to do so. Like, I know
There's enough space to be lying on your back and crawl and go underneath.
Okay, so and I can do that as movement.
Yes.
Okay, so if I do that as quickly as possible.
Yeah, that's fine.
But does that count as an action?
It will count as all your movement, as your movement will be halved if you're on the ground.
But is that a movement?
No, that would be an action.
No, that's what you're going to use your bonus action for, isn't it? To do your action surge, whatever that's called.
Yeah. Okay, so if I use my movement then to drop and
so you
crawl.
put yourself prone, so you're kind of looking at, you run, you take a few steps back and you run and you slide, and you go and grab for your sword and you roll for an attack.
So 20.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Please
and I'm going to give you advantage because that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That is kind of awesome.
So you can roll that one twice.
Oh, that's not bad, not bad.
Remember that, JD, because
Yeah.
I shouldn't remember my numbers.
Please be natural 20.
Did you get a natural 20?
Sorry.
Yes, you did, you did.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So that's
viewers' eardrums broke, yeah.
total, that's 24, but natural 20.
24, yep, that definitely hits with your natural 20. Please double all your hit dice.
What?
Right.
What?
So you roll your hit
sorry
dice
for the
and then double the number,
viewers,
or roll it twice.
That's
up to your
that's
choice.
the
Is
point
it
thing,
a
isn't it?
D8 you have?
It is a D8, yes.
Is your weapon...
It's the same as me, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is my weapon what? Long sword. We
If
have
yeah,
one
D10.
D8.
So,
D8. I think.
I'm content that while under it, you would have chucked your shield to the ground and used both hands.
Yeah. That's
So
otherwise you'd not be able to.
Yeah. So that means you can have a D10.
Right. Okay.
So it's a two-hand. You
I've
can use
never
it as a
used a
two-handed
D10.
weapon.
That's okay, that's okay.
The D10s.
That one.
Do you want to roll
I just
D10s?
remember that you go that and that.
Roll it twice.
I smell like garlic. I'm sorry, but I'm excited now.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
And then
17.
And add your modifier, please.
Oh no, it's at 2, Jodie.
Yeah.
So,
So-
17,
19.
19.
19 points of damage.
Oh my god,
Nice,
Luce, that's awesome.
That's an amazing amount of damage. Well done.
That is.
Yeah.
Right.
Bravo.
Yep. So you see it and you think, "Fuck you, trying to grab me," and you run and you slide, and as you slide, you chuck your shield to the other side of the arena, and as you slowly start to slow down, you put your hand on your heel and you right under in that sweet spot, and it gives a horrible sound as you know where you've put it in. You've almost like got pus all dribbling down you. It is still up and it is still going, but it did not appreciate that.
It's not happy.
Yeah. So back at the top of the round, Laura.
Okay.
And you can stand there and awe.
Yeah.
Well done. That was a great move.
Like, cheering her on. Okay, so I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray.
Mhm.
Well, that's second level spell. Okay, and obviously all three.
Mhm. I need to get some new dice.
I'm having new dice. I don't like that one. That was a 6.
Yep.
Natural 20.
Nice.
You get to hit 3, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scorching Ray is a spell.
And then 14,
14. Only one of those hits. Your natural
which was
20.
the natural 20.
Which is the only one you really want to hit, right?
Yeah. So that's 2d6 anyway.
Mhm.
Oh.
Double that. 24.
24 points of damage.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then I'm going to use 2 sorcery points to do a quicken spell, which means I can use an action as a bonus, and I'm going to cast Firebolt at it as well.
Okay, yeah.
7.
7?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you
Oh,
hit
nice.
it with the Scorching Rays, and it fizzled, and then you hit it with another Firebolt, and how do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Are
Can you make sure
serious?
I'm not near it, please?
Oh my god, are you serious? Oh my god.
Oh.
It just kind of, I don't know. Just kind of like almost like the fire gets in amongst all the the armor and the plating, and it just kind of like shimmers and then poof.
Yeah. So it just, you see the Scorching Ray hit it, and you see it about to collapse, and it bucks, and you just kind of sausage roll from underneath it, and just in time, because as it comes back, it's hit by the fireball while it's bucking in the air, and it lands to the ground with a dust cloud, and the crowd absolutely goes feral. The scorpion is down.
I'm going to put my sword up. I'm going to go and pick up.
Yeah.
Put her on my shoulders.
Yeah, you pick it up, Alora. You're like, everyone is going crazy for it. And then you hear,
Oh.
What?
in the celebration,
There's
you, Baracus, see that the ground from just behind where Elora and Green are, where they're celebrating, cheering to the ground, you see the ground loosen and slip, and as it goes down in a tilt, you see these paws come in, and these giant ears attached to a very slender looking hyena, and as it comes in, and it just automatically leaps at both of you. Can you both please make dexterity saving
Oh
throws?
my god.
Dex, yeah.
Yes, please.
Saving throw, yeah.
Actually, no, we're going to go strength.
Why? 14.
14.
13.
13. You both succeed. You do not get knocked down.
Cool.
So it runs in, it bashes you, but you both luckily enough managed to, well, you managed to drop Elora, but thankfully in a way she lands on her feet, And
So
you
we're
both
like both there
spin.
then.
So, and it is run through you both, and it is now there.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Tables of
Just when we thought it was over.
What the hell?
And with you being the one that is behind, it's in front of, and it's just gonna run. So as it ran between you and Alora, it span on its back legs, and then without even a pause, it's running straight back at you, Green, for a 19 to hit.
Yep.
And that's 10 points of piercing damage. As it runs onto you, it bites you, and as it rips back, and it just is happy. Alora. The crowd are like, what? As it was all happening, you see the crowd pointing, and it's too late. This hyena has just come bashing through.
Would it be an action or a bonus to pass something to Green?
I'll let you have it as a bonus.
Okay. As a bonus action,
As you are next to each other.
I'm going to hand Green my vial of healing.
May I need it?
How many hit points you got left? 2.
Two.
Yeah, I thought that would be a bit
Then I'm going to use...
I mean, lucky for you guys, I take the average damage. I don't roll damage.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my full movement. Say, see ya! Go to there.
Yeah.
And while I'm there, I'm going to throw... actually, no, I'm going to pull out my longbow and shoot an arrow back at it. 22.
22. Yeah, hits.
9.
9.
9.
Yep.
And yeah. And
Good.
that's going to be my...
Baracus.
Ugh.
This is also counted as a large beast as well, so it's that 4 squares is.
I'm gonna move myself first, so I'll go. Then bonus action dash.
Yeah.
To go here. Because is it that square that it's in?
That block of 4.
Yeah. So if I move, like I've literally put myself there. Then.
Yeah.
So it's in range for me to use my short bow, and I will attack with my short bow.
Yeah. Roll to hit.
This better hit, or else I'm gonna cry.
Oh.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. You guys are rolling them out today. Yep, and you get to double your sneak attack dice.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
I hate to say it,
So
but
that's 4d6.
yep.
That's
Nice.
amazing.
Would you have to borrow some of these?
Don't distract.
There's so many dice.
23.
23.
Nice,
Nice.
Yep, that is
And that's
some hell of a damage dealt
and
there.
that's me.
Yeah, you sure? Nothing else you got up your sleeve there?
Well, to be honest, I want to write this now. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yep, Green, you're up. Maybe your bonus action to consumes the potion. Tastes horrible, don't they?
Aye. It's fucking horrible.
But will it be an action to grab my great axe? Because I'm just trying to think.
It'll
grab
be
the great
your
axe and
bonus
just-
action.
I'd use the health.
Okay, I'll.
Bonus action, take the potion.
Oh, I've got 2 potions, so I'll bonus action take one and that. Or can
And
I?
then you could bonus action take one and an action
Yeah,
take another.
yeah.
Yep, that's fine. So roll 4d4, add 4.
Cool, you're chugging them down.
Do you want another 2d4?
No, you have a healing potion. as well.
Oh, no, you good.
Where is it?
Oh, didn't write it down, but you bought 3. I give one to you, me.
6 and then plus
+4, so 10.
10. It would do.
Double ones on that last one.
Oh shit, I'd done the wrong fucking thing, didn't I? I put it on damage.
Hey, if you want to put that on damage.
Oh, I'm a fucking numbed.
Well, he's on the floor, he's gonna die.
Yep.
It's a good thing I know what I was on, isn't it?
So you should be back on 12, shouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Anything else you wish to do? Wish to move or anything?
That would be all my thing because it would have been an action to drink the other potion.
Yeah, but you've got,
Yeah, but
if
you've
you
got
want to move,
movement.
you've got movement.
I think it's a does it
Yeah,
get an
I'll
opportunity,
go.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
So
Right,
as you
okay.
go to move, it does get attack of opportunity on you.
20. I'll go there.
So it's going to take its action, take its opportunity, its reaction. Sorry, that is that's 21 to hit.
Yeah.
Yep. So you take 10 points of piercing damage.
Again.
So straight back to.
But it would have killed you otherwise. So you know. Look at that like that.
Dependent.
Yeah. Anything else you wish to do?
I ain't got anything else to
Right,
do.
Viola? You have your shield is on the other side of the arena, but you do still have your sword in your hand.
And still have my crossbow.
Mhm. But you have to. You can't use a crossbow from there. It's too close. But you can move and use your crossbow though.
Right, so.
I love how we've gone like.
Yeah.
All we need is
Literally one more hit and I'm dead.
Yeah.
all we need now is Viola to just go no, it'll be like a little C.
Don't mind me.
Right, so I can't use my crossbow because I'm too close.
But you can move and then use it.
Okay.
And yeah, you're just out of their range, so he's not going to get an attack.
So. There. Is that enough?
I don't know. You're the one moving.
Because you were there, weren't you?
Yeah.
I think it will be enough.
20.
20. So yeah, should be. And then I will. Oh god, is it an action to put away your crossbow to then? Like to put away your sword to then get out your
You
crossbow?
can drop your sword as a free action,
Okay.
and bonus action to grab to take a crossbow.
Right, do that then. So,
Yeah, so you
do
drop your sword.
Do crossbow, and then
Yeah.
is it where is he literally facing forward?
It's facing forwards. Yeah. It's not really. It's kind of like pacing side to side.
Because now he's got all 4
Because
targets.
now
Yeah.
it's got all 4 targets, and you and Green are exactly the same distance.
Okay.
Just wondering who wants to move off first, isn't it?
Okay, so I'll just have to aim them, won't I? Great.
It's natural one. It's a critical fail.
Yeah, you don't add anything.
Okay, then.
Yeah. No. So you take your shot, and it just goes right past it, and you see someone in the audience hold up, ding, and they hold up a little metal sheet, and the ding cleans off that, and they're like. Is there anything else you wish to do?
No.
No.
Yeah, go
So-
dig, dang it.
The hyena, it's pacing side to side, looking menacingly between Green and Viola. You see it growling, and the saliva starting to thicken in its jaw. And as it gallops, it goes straight for you, Green. I did roll to see which
Yeah,
one.
I
it was gonna get
I
it.
saw your
Yeah.
roll, yeah.
This is not me being like a dick. Wow. And it goes to bite you with a 24.
Down, well, I'm pretty
Hits.
much down them.
You're down.
Yeah.
So Green is, he falls to the ground. And as he falls to the ground, usually when you've seen all these monsters fall and hit the ground, the dust has gathered up. But as he hit the ground, you see him sink in and become enveloped into the ground. Green is no longer on the pitch.
Oh.
Great, nah.
Elora, your companion has been struck down and enveloped by the ground.
Rage.
What do you do?
I am going to go there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to shoot another arrow 17.
17 hits.
4.
Yeah, every little helps.
And then as a bonus action, I'm going to sacrifice my last first level spell slot to gain back 1 sorcerer point.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything else you wish to do?
No.
No? Baracus, you're on deck.
Ding, 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 ding. I'm gonna move again.
Yeah.
So,
Just me and Baracus is just
Classic rogue move, guys.
overtaking each other.
and I will attack with my short bow again.
Yep, go for it.
$18.
18 hits.
Nice.
And no sneak attack bonus on this one, I'm afraid.
8 points of damage.
8 points. Viola? Oh, sorry, is there anything else you wish to do?
No, I was just thinking.
No?
No.
No? Viola, you're on it.
I don't really want to drop my. What's it?
Because now he's too close again, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I have to drop my crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like put it back. Kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Well, I can't put it back because if I put it back, it's an action.
Well, slinging it would be a bonus action.
But then she's got to pick her
Yeah.
sword up, so.
Exactly.
Well, you can choose to shimmy back and shoot him.
Yeah, you're not quite in,
You're too close to use it, but you can move away from it to move it.
and he won't get an
And he
attack.
won't get an attack opportunity from you. The rule of thumb is if there's a square between you, you're fine.
Just remember it's on the floor though,
Yeah.
before anything else.
Yeah,
What's
just
on
remember
the
to pick
floor?
up your sword. So remember to pick up your sword at
Right.
the end of the game.
At the end of the game.
At the end of the battle. Or pick it up now while you're running through.
Yeah, but I can't, can I?
Bonus
It's a
action to
bonus
pick it up.
Excuse me.
Something I've got to cross that off.
For what?
Bonus action.
No.
Okay. So pick up my sword.
Yep, so that's a bonus
then,
action.
And then
Run to the other side. And you've still got an action, so you can still attack as well.
okay, I'll try and aim at.
Aim and fire.
Yeah.
Yep, so roll to hit, please.
It's like, what is this?
Another 20.
How can you so casually that's another 20?
It's
Yep,
another
so you
20.
get
24.
double damage, that hits.
Nice. So roll 2d8s. Do you want another one? It's that one there.
Thank you.
Crossbow, she's got 1d8.
1d8.
Oh, nice, that's a powerful crossbow.
Mm.
It's not a light one.
Yeah, it's not like mine.
Nice.
8,
That's a good
9,
roll.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
15 points of damage.
Yeah.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah. This is about another one. But
Yeah, exactly.
Don't give her ideas.
Well, how is it? Like, what is it doing at the minute? Apart from it, is it? I'm guessing it's
It's
facing
probably
away from
facing.
me.
It's pacing and foaming.
It is facing you.
Okay.
It kind of, as you moved, it followed you. It's been following everyone as they've been moving around the board.
Okay.
So you can kill it in whatever manner you wish. You've got your crossbow. You shoot it in the eye. You can shoot it in the nutsack. It does have some big ass testicles dangling below its tail.
No wonder what I was shooting at.
I'm just gonna aim and fire.
Yep.
at
So
it.
you, as it's pacing looking between you and Baracus, you see it like that, and you just take aim. And as it's slowly, it puts its head towards you, and it opens its mouth to growl at you. You put the bolt straight into its mouth, reeling it onto its all fours, and then just as what happened to your companion Green, its body sinks into the ground, and the crowd stays silent for a second,
Yeah, we're all kind of like on
Waiting.
tense, like, oh my god.
and the room goes black.
I've
Those
got
of you
night
with dark
vision.
vision you don't see any movement, but as you look around you do see the crowd and worrying looks on their face.
Oh, at least they care.
And then there's an explosion. Well, another explosion. When the whole room and theatre is lit with fireworks, and the presenter comes down.
Oh, I was just about to get my fireball
He
out.
comes
to see
down
that.
and walks into the battle arena. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Give it a round for the CB4. And the whole crowd goes motherfucking Wow.
Laura just
What?
goes,
Yes. Oh yeah, the new name's the CB4.
Right.
So the whole crowd is screaming and cheering. There are flowers being thrown in, a couple of bits of some underwear, some nice saggy underblooms, a couple of teddy bears, odd bit of coin here and there. And the presenter who comes up and he's shaking all of your hands, he's holding your hands up for the crowd, everyone's cheering. It is a pretty amazing feeling right now, guys.
take a couple of bows.
Yeah,
Thank
all,
you, thank
all
you.
lap in the crowd, and from having such a built high, you all gain a point of inspiration. Boom!
I'm gonna go find my.
Am I still there? Or
You
what?
gain it as well.
Okay.
Boom!
I'm gonna go find my.
Boom!
What I do want to do is I want to
Yeah.
investigate where green disappeared to.
Yeah. So you walk over to the patch of ground where he was, and you ruffle the ground, and it is solid ground.
Yeah.
The presenter comes over to you, taps your shoulder. Don't worry, he's in safe hands.
Oh, that's alright.
Yeah.
I thought I was actually
Better
gone.
be.
I was like, shit.
Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the CB4! And the crowd again just absolutely erupts. And with the demise of his creatures, you see the entertainer. He's looking a little bit like, oh, well, okay. I thought that was going to be a bit of a harder challenge, but well done, ladies and gentlemen. Well done, well
So
done.
pretty much that's what happened to me.
And he ushers you off the same way you came in. And when you get into the foyer part, you see Green sat at the bar with a drink.
Where the heck did you go?
You went through the arena,
Okay.
and then next thing you knew, you were being woken up and being given a beer, and then you were escorted to the
Yeah,
bar.
do I get points on health? Yeah.
You were regained to a 1 hit point.
1 hit point.
So you're still looking pretty shitty,
Yeah.
but you alive.
Thank fuck
All,
for
all,
that.
all I'm gonna say is I'll look at you and be like, just 1 second,
Yeah.
and I'll just like sit there and be like,
And the circuit bit down
Yeah.
and ask for another one.
Yeah, and you are given another one. The entertainer comes back through and he shakes all of your hands again. Oh, my people, well done. That truly was quite an extraordinary fight. I mean, the way you were just whipping and dabbing and stabbing and jabbing, that was... I mean, you and your... That was some spot-on stuff. I won't lie. I thought my beast would have been a bit more of a challenge for you. You seem to struggled greater with the simplest of beasts.
That does seem to be our way.
They're
Yes.
a very nice beast.
Yes, quite.
Yes.
I almost can't believe it. It's a miracle that you're alive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Don't say it like that.
please enjoy. There's some food. There's a bar. I will be back with your winnings very soon.
So what time of day is it?
So this is late evening now.
I want to
Roughly
find.
what-
It's late evening. Yeah.
I want to find the guy that has the animals.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
puppy.
The bar in which you're drinking from is the cloakroom. So yeah. Well done with the fight. Here's your puppy.
Thank you.
She was ever so good.
Yeah.
Here's your
It's Gizmo.
whatever. Yeah, it's. You should put that thing to bed forever.
No.
I'm just gonna like crouch down on the floor with the puppy, kind of, and feed it some pocket
Since when
bacon.
have you got some puppy?
Oh yeah, I have a puppy.
Well, basically, David bought her a puppy, and then he bought himself a mad monster machine, which, if you let it out, it would just maul you to death. Pretty much.
Right. Okay. I guess it's fine.
Would,
It doesn't have a name yet.
Can
I'm still
I
thinking.
can I get any old drink? And you plug it on that one.
I'll take a whiskey.
Whiskey for the champions.
Yeah,
Killing
I'll second that one.
Oh yeah. Oh, do you want a whiskey as well, or yeah? 4 or 3 whiskeys. I'm gonna have one for myself. To you, the champions.
Cheers.
Yeah. Is there anything you're doing while you're waiting
I'm
for the
just-
ringmaster to come back?
Feeding Gizmo.
Yeah. Just
Some more pocket bacon.
give him a little bacon. Yeah.
You said there was food.
There is food. There's some fruits and some cold meats. Basics.
Sweet. I'm just gonna go maul on some food.
Yep. Completely understandable. You see the platter and you're just like, oh my god, yes. give me that.
Yeah.
So it's
Exactly.
Are there other groups still to go?
There are 2 groups in there, and they're there looking quite nervous, having seen part of your fight, and you see one of them just going like,
But you guys got this. Have faith. Brackus is the name.
You hear a voice coming from the arena, and it's the entertainer again, and he's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, do you want more?" And you hear the crowd, "Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the Mighty Four!" And the group of four young men will just slowly shift down.
I call out good luck as they go.
And as you say that,
Godspeed.
and they just waddle away, the curtain behind them drawn, and after about 5 or so minutes, you hear the familiar "Ooh!" Ah!
Oh, I'm just gonna cringe, just like
And
memories.
at that, the ringmaster comes in with a quite nice looking box. Like, well, the odds seem to have been in your favour for that match. Apparently, you
May they ever be.
pleased the crowd quite cleverly. Here you go. And he puts a little ornate box on the table, lifts up the lid, and it is filled with golds and silvers. Not a bronze in sight.
Drool.
It is a total of 421 gold pieces. You managed to double your money and some.
Excellent.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
For the champions. And with that, as champions, you can choose to wear the banner of the Battle Ring Masters forever on your chests. And he hands you each a badge, kind of like, you know, a little sew-on badge.
Oh, little patches.
You may all choose to wear this and know that to show off your level of honour and know that you will always be part of our ring community. Ignore the frog.
Can I ask about the frog? That doesn't seem, a lion,
Well,
maybe?
You see, he looks around. The owner of this place is related to Pollywogs.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is his banner.
Oh,
If it was up to me, it'd be like shields and daggers and blood and guts.
Say no
But,
more.
You know,
We
due to
understand.
marketing and promotion and, monopolising of the fighting ring, it is unfortunately a frog. And a cute little frog at that. Sort of. But
Quite scary frog.
please, wear them. Don't wear them. As far as I'm aware, they're not actually a recognised thing within our realm. But you never know. Yeah, it may help you out. Potentially, maybe.
How big are they?
one
Are they
day.
just like a little...
Little sew, like probably actually the size of these little sew-on patches.
Okay.
Yeah. Wear them with pride. How they are symbols that you are champions. That can't be a terrible thing, can
No,
it?
it is appreciated.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, please spend as long as you wish here in our small bar. Feel free to watch the show or head back to the Dreaming Dragon, where I know there are celebrations occurring.
Nice.
It was great to meet you all, and perhaps I'll see you later on in the evening, and I'll buy the first round. And he disappears back behind
Laura's
the
just going to
curtain.
take the box and... There we go. Close the lid. Safe.
Take my money.
No, when we're like, we can divide it.
I
nicely.
say excuses. You're trying to take all the winning.
Well, I did spend a lot of money on these freaking healing potions. Agreed.
I wasted my life on this, and you take all my money.
Standard. Absolutely standard.
How much was it? 421?
421 pieces.
Is that all gold, or is it like...
All gold.
She took our money.
I mean, there are some silver pieces in there, but
we'll say it's all
altogether it
gold.
accumulates to 321.
Sweet. So I'm gonna quickly just throw food in my little pocket,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna go and watch.
Yeah.
Just go and
You're
enjoy
gonna
myself.
go and watch, have a little.
Yeah.
There's a little.
Although, before I do, I just want to like step outside and just get some like air and just.
Yeah.
I'll let them wander off, but I'll just.
Yeah.
Sit and
As they
quite
start
cooler
to
and
wander
just-
off to the little side entrance next to where you all entered to, you go outside and it's really loud out here due to the echoing of the sounds. But there's a really nice, cool air washing over you. You can really feel now that you're alone. That winter is coming.
Yeah, I just want to find somewhere like to sit, just for like.
Yeah. As you walk up, there's a like couple of like built-up crates on the side,
Yeah.
and you can choose to just
Take a perch and take a breather.
I'm just still sat at the bar.
still sit at the bar. Yeah.
Still sat at the bar.
So you two go into the ringside to watch some battles. As you get out there, you see the fighters of the Mighty Four are still there. They are not battling a scorpion. They are battling a giant spider.
Nice.
And its bulb is this bulbous body is round the size of yourself, Baracus. And its legs twice the length. It is a huge, hideous monster. Its big snapping fangs come in at him. You can see one of them going to attack it with a knife. And as he attacks, it pinches his arm and it snaps it. And the crowd is screaming. You can hear the slightly bigger rugby-shaped one running, "That's my friend!" And he jumps onto the bulb and he's like being bucked around like a bucking bull, jumping onto the bulb and trying to squeeze it with all his might. And as he's squeezing it, you can see little bright green ichors start to erupt from the big bulb, and you can see it's actually starting to burn the man who's clinging onto it. You see it's starting to singe through his levers and into his skin. While this is happening, what are you doing? Just drinking?
Yeah, just finishing off my drink.
Yeah? You're gonna finish off and watch the show, or are you
Yeah,
just gonna... Yeah? So when you finish your drink and you walk in just as the man is leaping onto the bulb and squeezing really tight.
At least someone's writing something.
Tyler, be sex tape.
Can I look for the guy with the helmet?
You can look, yeah? Make a perception check. 8. You're trying to look.
No, 11. Sorry.
11. So you're trying to look, but as it's still quite a darkly lit area, and there's so many people, you don't feel you see him. You, Laura?
I want to sign his helmet.
Lift me up.
I'm gonna. I'm just gonna be people watching.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna be eating some sweets from a little baggie of sweets.
Yeah.
And are there any like stalls still going?
Mhm.
Kind of thing.
All the stalls that you saw before are still there. The sugar fruit stall, chocolate, sweetbreads, bakers, sausage, meat on a stick, cloaks by goats, booties, weapon cart, jewelers, animals, custom banners, rugs, and tapestries.
And that's how you advertise.
Yeah, that is. Woo. Is there? I want to find like a collar
Okay.
kind of thing.
Yeah. You could check the jewelers. There is still the animal cart is still there.
Yeah, no, she didn't have anything though. I think I
Or
asked.
cloaked by goats. You have a little cloak.
Is this for like your dog or for
Yeah.
yourself?
For the dog. Okay, I'll go to the cloaks one.
So you go to
Some
the
fabrics kind of thing.
little cloak stand. You can see that they are slowly starting to pack away, potentially hoping to get a little bit more trade when the battle ring kicks out. But an old man with a wispy sort of goatee. Oh, hi. Customer.
Yeah, hi. Sorry, just very quickly. I have this pup. It needs a collar. She. No name yet. No name yet.
Oh.
But I want to have like a collar. Have you got any like fabric or leather or something like a fashion?
Oh, well, I certainly could probably pull something together. What colour you?
Blue, like a deep blue.
Like a deep blue. Oh, well, he selects out a little selection of fabrics. Oh, well, thank you. I've got this one, and I have this one. And they see some of them are the deep blue you want. Also, some of them have different patterns and shapes on them.
We'll just go for like the plain deep bluey kind of.
Well, and would you want it like a belt or
something that she can grow into? Something Maybe.
Well,
Because she's tiny at the minute. She's going to get bigger.
I have belts. I could shorten a belt for you, and then you can.
That could work better.
I think so.
Because then you could get a bit
So
bigger.
he points at the belts, and there's all belts of all different varieties of buckles, and some are just really your standard small little buckles. Some are really OTT swashbuckler pilgrim style buckles.
Just something simple.
Well, just a thin one.
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
Well, just bends it in half and gets his knife, and he puts a couple of holes in it. Pass it.
Sorry, are you allergic? She's meant to be quite good. I read.
See his eyes
Would you
water.
like me? Would you like me to try it?
Please.
I'll take it and I'll try and fit it around her neck. Stay still. Stay still, puppy. Trying to one hand kind of. Yep, there we go. We're done.
And then
Fits.
wait for a
It
strength
fits.
check.
Great. So now pass it back, and I'll put the fabric on. And you see him. He just bends over. He puts his big, oversized goggles on, and he's there just slowly sewing it in. He does it slowly, but it's so smooth at the way it goes. He just kind of pops it in, rolls it over, pops it in, rolls it over. And within 5-10 minutes, you have a very beautiful looking collar.
Thank you. How much do I owe you for this?
2 silver pieces will be.
I'll pass over 2 silver.
Ah.
Thank you very much. This is very kind of you.
What was the delightful thing's name?
I'm thinking Lorelei. Laurie. Laurie for short.
Ah, how unusual name for a dog.
Yes.
Ah. Well, good. Bye.
I'll back up a little bit. Thank you. Sorry. And I'll head back into there.
As you walk off, you hear someone sneeze again in the distance, and some fuck's sake.
Good duck.
Yep. So while Elora has gone to fetch herself a pretty little colour, when you come back, are you joining the group in the ring or?
Yeah, I'll try and find them in the ring.
So while Elora is out in hoot, this big burly man grappling the bulb of the spider. The spider's trying to rear onto its back legs to try and buck him off. Fortunately, there's a very tall man, so as it's bucked off, the man's managed to touch his feet on the ground and use his momentum to leap himself even further onto the spider, and he's managed to almost get his arms around right where his pincers is, and he's grabbed his sword, and it's right into the mouth of the spider, twisted it, and slowly pulled it out, and there's this horrible green ichor hissing away on his blade, and as the creature falls to the ground, the crowd just goes absolutely wild. However, the crowd soon loses its cheer as as you well know, the hidden trap at the end of the arena slowly starts to open. And as it does, a somewhat unusual looking creature comes out, something that none of you have ever seen before. Kind of like a deformed human crawling out on all fours comes out, and it starts circling side to side, and then another one comes out and crawls side to side, and it goes over to its companion, and it climbs on its shoulders, and it wraps its deformed legs around its neck, and they then start to move as one.
It's kind of like a human caterpillar.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
That's what I look like in the morning.
The members of the Mighty Four look absolutely horrified at seeing this ghastly, inhuman sight, and you notice that they stay still in their form while these creatures slowly approach them. And then they stand up tall against it, and then they just envelop the member and just rip his limbs to pieces. At this, the other members come back into their body form, almost realizing what's happening, and then the battle begins. The dismembered parts of one of their teammates' body scattered across the ground, slowly being enveloped by the almost slow sinking sand action from the battle arena. They manage to circle this unusual being, throwing their javelins at it, crossbow bolts, not wanting to get too close. Eventually, they get enough in, and the creature is struggling. And then on the final blow, the more meager-looking member of the party walks up to it, spits on it, and gives a full monk boot to the face. And the creature lays to the ground dead, again being enveloped by the sand, and the crowd goes mental.
Aren't you glad we didn't face that one? Oh my god, that was horrifying.
Man, that was awesome.
That was creepy as fuck.
The entertainer gives his usual speech of congratulations and talks of fame and glory, and thanks everyone for their patronage, and lets everyone know that there is still more to come for the final group. Will they win? Will they meet their untimely demise, much like this poor soul here? Eventually, the people are brought off, and you can see the members of the party all starting to smooth out the sand, clearing off blood, any random off bits. And the entertainer, after 5-10 minutes, comes back out and giving his usual speech on re-entering the monsters. Are you going to stay for the battle, or are you going to...
Should we go to the... Where was it they went? The Dancing Goat?
Mhm.
Get some drinks?
Dreaming Dragon, I think.
Dreaming, yeah.
Yeah.
Dancing Goat.
We're not
Dreaming
in
Dragon.
that scene.
Wrong city.
No,
We're not travelling. Yeah, on our way out, do we end up seeing those 3 members of the Mighty Four?
You don't see the 3 members, however, you do notice the area where they were standing has been cornered off of the curtain.
I see. Yeah, other than that, that's me.
You're heading back to the Dreaming Dragon?
I'd say so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, you're all quite familiar within the city. You know how to make your way from pub to pub.
It's Dancing Goat. We're in Silvery Moon, aren't
Yeah.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
My bad.
I was going to say, we've got a long walk.
I was testing you. That's exactly what I was doing.
Yeah.
So as you all step outside, you feel a sudden chill over you. You've just been in a very confined space of a lot of body heat, so you've been quite sweaty and really warm, and now just stepping outside, you're really starting to feel that bitter cold of the winter that is approaching now. Making your way through, a couple of people do spot you, and they shake your hand and they congratulate you on such a fine victory. Your victory looks even finer now after seeing one of the party members, the Mighty Four, be ripped from limb to limb.
Sobered us up a little bit.
Yeah. Oh yes. You make your way to the Dreaming Dragon. Again, more and more people congratulating you. It becomes more often the closer you're getting to the pub. And as you enter the inn, you see a little banner saying, "Congratulations, the CB4, you started here." And your drinks are all paid and bought for you. You have a free night of booze, entertainment, food, and free board and accommodation for being the champions of the Silvery Moon.
John!
John is...
Welcome!
John, you can't stop hearing John going on about, oh yeah, it's because of me they're together. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they met right here in this my pub. My pub created what they call them, the CB4. That's right, my pub. Yeah, I did this. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we used to have some weird little bard thing, but he's gone, and now look at him. Yeah, I did that.
I love
He's
how
gonna watch that.
I did that.
I love how he makes it sound like a relationship.
Yeah.
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 type
I
thing.
did that. Yep, so you get to spend your evening dancing, enjoying each other's company, drinking. Your drinks are bought for you, but it doesn't stop the locals bringing you over more drinks, many bottles of whiskey, many pitchers of wine, and endless amounts of food are given to you. And you dance the night away. You will have the time of your lives. Is there anything you wish to do in this time?
Can I pocket one of the bottles of whiskey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100% people are just coming over to your table and they're just leaving bottles there and they're shaking you around, congratulating you on such a
I love
great
how you
fight.
thought of the same thing as I was going to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one bottle of whiskey in my
Green,
bag.
you do see now the person with the helmet.
Oh, sweet, I'll go over and sign that helmet
Yeah.
for him.
So you walk over and you see him and he's clocked you looking at him. He's waving, he's there like, he's got the helmet! And he presents it to you.
So I full on sign it with my proper
Yep.
name and everything.
Yep, so you get the full sign and he's there, he turns around, and
what,
he
your
also
Melly
gestures the helmet to the rest of you.
Oh,
The
man.
I'll sign it.
Yeah, so he gestures the helmet to the rest of you. Will you all sign it?
I will.
Yeah, I'll sign.
Yeah, so and that
I
guys,
don't know if any of you noticed it, it's actually fully signed by me.
Yeah, I know.
the rest of you see him for the rest of the night with the helmet on his head. He's looking the dogs, and a couple of people do also buy him drinks just through his pure enthusiasm.
He's having the time of his life.
He's there with the helmet on, like.
Mate, I'm gonna go and join him
Yeah?
for that.
No, I'm
Mate.
dancing with him.
Yeah, so the three of
Why
you
not?
are there dancing with him, and he's just having the absolute time of his life. If he were to die, he'd be okay with it.
Good.
Life isn't going to get much better. It's going to be quite disappointing for him, to be honest. Especially when he wakes up with a hangover. But yeah, eventually you all retire to your beds, feeling ridiculously exhausted. None of you actually overly realise how tired you were till you finally got to your beds. You are in the luxury suites, so you've got a nice double beds to yourself. You have a bathtub that has already been drawn for you.
Oh,
you all
definitely
have
take a
your
bath.
own rooms.
Nice.
So in your rooms there is a big plush bed with really fine linens, a steaming bathtub already waiting for you.
Yeah, definitely like a proper
Yeah.
bath before bed kind of
Yeah.
thing. Just
So
chill
just
out,
face
let the
plant
puppy
the
wander around.
Yeah, and you all enjoy an extremely comfortable night's rest. And you regain back any spell slots you've used.
Excellent.
Hit dice, you gain back half of your hit die.
If we have 3 hit dice, so is that 2 or 1?
So you used. I think it's you use half unless you only have 4, in which you gain all of them, so you can regain all of them.
Regain all.
Yeah.
We
So you
between
gain
the
back all your
first
hit.
one and the
You know
second
you
one,
expend hit die.
We took a short rest, and George used all your hit dice, so we get them all back. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
I will double check the rule because
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Oh,
you
mine will
gain.
be
gain
hit.
I know you only gain back
All that's
half
fine.
Yeah, all gone.
of your allowed hit die, but I don't know if that's only after a certain like I said, you're level 3. So like that's,
Maybe like when we get to like the higher levels, you
Yeah.
get like 2 at a time cut
yeah.
back.
But I will double check. But I know it is half of your allowed hit die that you gain back in a long rest. But yeah, and that's where we're going to call it there for tonight's episode.
Good game.
Well
good
done, well done, guys. I mean,
Bravo.
you beat
Bravo.
the giant scorpion, which was not easy. I mean, if you
I thought that was gonna.
yeah,
Oh.
what
We started off bad with that.
after the second failed attempt on the scorpion with its piercer, you would have took 22 poison damage. Yeah,
Silence.
so that was pretty amazing that you guys managed to do that. That was awesome.
At least I managed to damage it, so I
Yeah, everyone managed to get a little piece of it, and
We kept you alive.
Lucy, Viola, well done on your Tomb Raider-esque moves.
That was
Getting
cool.
under there, that was badass.
That was good.
Yeah,
Bravo.
yeah. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for clicking in and watching, or clicking in and going nah. But we appreciate it anyway. And a huge thank you to our sponsor at Taylor Made Craft, who make our incredible initiative markers. If you want to see more of their stuff, their link is in our bio. Check out their Facebook, their Instagram, and they have some amazing geeky goodies for you. Alright, thank you guys. Bye!
Bye.